What I'm going to tell you now is not a secret. Well, it shouldn't be a secret, but unfortunately many people are not aware of this, especially believers. Look, when it comes to finances, understand the difference between currency and money. I've recorded an audio recording entitled The Lie Behind a Lot of Money, watch it. Okay, now look. Currency is what is used to exchange goods and services. In this case, it's coins and paper money, and often in electronic form. If you go to a yen to the UK, it's a currency, but it's not money because you can't use it over there. If you go with fish to a community where they exchange cows as currency, well, the cows are money over there. But fish is a good, it may even be a currency, but it's not money. So get the difference between currency and money. Now look, a lot of us have been trained to use our soul power, our mind, and our bodies in order to fix financial situations. You need to work harder, you need to look for a second job, or or some go into the criminal world, learn how to jump on people or take their purse and all of that. Whether it's in a criminal world, where criminal activity happens, or whether it's in the legal world, as I would call it, where you do a service and you get paid at the end of the month. We've all learned to use our mind through our physical strength in order to get things done and to depend upon that. You need to unlearn it. Look, you will go to your job, you will do all of that, but don't rely upon it. Because look, that job you can lose at any time. That company can go bankrupt. Alright? And someone can lie upon you, you may end up in jail, and you can lose your house. So, to rely upon our own physical strength and our mental attachment to a routine for a provision that's a very effed up mentality. It is. Look, this is what you ought to do with your finances. Speak abundance in your finances. Now, this is not something occult, even though people in the paranormal do a similar thing. I say similar thing. But just because people in the occult do a similar thing doesn't mean that the thing they're doing out of itself is wrong. People in the occult also pray, just like Christ commanded us to pray, but their prayer is of a different kind. But I'm telling you, speak abundance in your finances. Abundance isn't just that you have a large number on your bank account. That's what a lot of people think. There's also something you need to unlearn. Abundance is that there's an inflow, coming and an outcome, and that things keep circulating. Look, when you speak abundance in your finances, okay, let's say it goes like this. Every morning you wake up, you read Psalms 112, in which it says, wealth and riches are in the house of the righteous. Now, you are righteous because you are in Christ. So you decree, I have abundance in my finances in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I have abundance. I have streams of income. I never lack any financial means. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Doors open for me financially everywhere. And there's no sorrow attached to it. I decree this in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. You can say it like that, or you can say it in another manner, but you just decree abundance in your finances. What's going to happen? Let's say you are losing your job. Then you may think, oh dear, that's my only income. But to there being abundance in your finances, suddenly you get a letter from the bank that says that they still have to pay you 2,000 euros because you paid too much on your student loan. And you're thinking, what? I didn't pay too much on a student loan, but hold on a minute. You've decreed abundance in your finances, right? So that abundance you've been decreeing supernaturally has caused this flow to come to you. So you receive it. So now you don't have a job, but you still have 2,000 euros that you can pay off the rent for the next two months. And while you're looking for another job, then suddenly another job appears and you work less hours, but you earn enough. Okay, let's say that you wanted to buy a house, purchase a house, which is a big step. Now, normally we have to take a mortgage for that. Though to use decreeing abundance in your finances, you end up paying maybe 30% of what the house is worth, and for some reason they don't charge you the rest. But on paper, by law, it is your house now. You've purchased it. It's transferred. It's over. Now you didn't ask for that, but it just happened. Why? You decreed abundance in your finances. You never worry about where are you going to get the money, how are you going to pay this and that. You know why? Because you're not operating in the mindset of survival. Because that's the mindset most people operate in. They use their minds to force their bodies to work. They train themselves to work to get an income at each end of the month in order to make ends meet. And that's how they operate till they're old and they die. That's how most people choose to operate. That's their security. That's where they get their self-validation. So they put up with it. They limit themselves to it. You speak abundance in your finances. It can be that you have no money at the moment and you're thinking, man, how am I going to put food on the table? And then suddenly you have someone knocking on your door. It's from some charity organization, and for some reason they were sent to hand you over some groceries, and the groceries are in abundance, so you receive it. Why? Even though you didn't get the money, things didn't work out the financial way you expected, there's abundance in your finances. Look, when you have debt collectors demanding you have to pay this, pay that, decree abundance in your finance. And you know what that implies? Decree that you're debt free. Speak against the debt. If you want to write the debt down on a piece of paper, walk the months and all of that and speak to the debt. Decree that it has dissolved, it disappears. Decree that all financial problems and financial struggles are fleeing from you. Speak to those mountains you're facing as if they are individual entities that are haunting you. That's what Christ commanded us to do. Speak to the mountain and then do that against that. And let me tell you, even though the debt can be registered on paper, they will have a hard time demanding it from you. And before you know it, the debt is gone. And you know what? You will never have to go in debt again. You know what? Because there's abundance in your finances. This is something probably you were never told. You were told that you need to follow the regulations of the institutions around you, and you just have to work hard, and maybe things will work out well for you and you win. If not, you just have to make the best of being a loser, of just coping by. That's what you were taught. Or you need to become a criminal and to risk your life, going to jail and all of that. Or you need to sell your soul to the Baphomet and to evil spirits in order to be relieved. Speak abundance in your finances. And you know what? That is what a lot of worldly people do. And many of those worldly people, they are not even involved in the paranormal. They're not even practicing white magic or any of that. They just thought, let's think positively and speak out the outcomes we want. They've learned it somewhere online, some guru told it, and they began to do it. And you know what? It has an impact. It just has a small impact. Now, the issues are not solved, but it has an impact upon them, and they realize there's an impact. Well, those that are under a charm, that look for a charm, with them things go much quicker. Now there's the thing, your mind has an impact. Now I'm not teaching here that we are gods. Absolutely not. We're not gods, we're not deities. Our minds, however, have impact. That's why the New Testament says to us we have to be renewed in our mind. A lot of people have a poverty mindset. They have a debt mindset. They have a survival mindset. No, there was a time the only way you could operate was by survival and by dealing with stuff and coping with stuff. That ought to be over, especially if you are a believer and you claim to follow Christ. Speak abundance in your finances. Speak abundance in your house. in your family, among your relatives. Speak abundance. Learn to speak abundance. Do it at home. Do it when you wake up, before you go to sleep. Let it become your default way of operating, that you speak abundance. Instead of asking how expensive is it, ask how cheap is it. Speak abundance. Learn it. And you know what? There are going to be people that are going to become frightened of you once you do this. Because once you operate on the frequency of abundance, it's going to scare people that are holding on to the darkness of surviving. There are many rich people with millions on the bank that operate in that mode. That mode of surviving is the default mode of worldly people. So when you begin to operate on the frequency of abundance, expect people to leave you. Expect people to drop you, to block you on Facebook, to just disappear and vanish from around you. And you know what? That's a good sign. Because that shows that those people were keeping you trapped by being around you. You cannot have abundance around while you cohabit and remain with people that invest in poverty. Because poverty is something people invest in. But most don't see that. Well, about me, I speak and decree abundance. Not only my finances, in everything I do. I decree abundance. And you know what? Over the years, many people disappeared from around me. Some people, I was on very good terms with them. Some they said to me, I don't want to talk with you, remember? Get off. And I would ask them what's going on. They said, there's nothing going on, just don't want to talk. People became very upset, Look, I decree abundance and I operate in abundance. That they choose to keep holding on to self-validation and seeking the validation of society by submitting to the unhealthy, contradicting restrictions of society. Well, that's what they're doing. That's their fault they're doing that. And, well, they're doing it unto themselves. But they should not expect me to cooperate and invest in the negativity. I'm not. So if they think that because I'm operating in abundance, I'm their enemy, then so be it. I have nothing against those people, but I'm not going to endanger myself, curse myself, limit my lifespan on the earth, limit my health, just to please people who only care about feeling validated. I'm not going to do that. So when people begin to drop you like it's hot, let them drop you like it's hot. You shake the dust off your feet and you move on. And listen, when you operate in abundance, often you're not even aware when people disappear from around you. That's the biggest blessing. You won't have to bother, oh, that guy deleted me from Facebook. Oh, that guy unblocked me. Or that relative suddenly doesn't call me anymore. Or such people look weird at me. They're avoiding me. You don't have to worry about that. Keep operating in abundance. That being said, be at peace.